Elon Musk didn't get rich by dreaming about Mars. He got rich by building the most ruthlessly efficient rocket company in history, and by showing that capitalism could succeed where governments failed for decades. Today, over a quarter of Musk's $342 billion net worth, around 90 to 136 billion, is tied directly to SpaceX, a private space company that disrupted a bloated, political and inefficient system. The story of how he did it isn't just about space. It's about incentives, market discipline, and the raw power of competition. Let's start with the facts. Elon Musk's net worth, as of March 2025, approximately $342 billion percentage from SpaceX. Approximately 26 to 27% SpaceX stake value. Approximately 90 to 136 billion dollars, depending on market estimates. SpaceX valuation in 2025, approximately $350 billion. Musk's ownership in SpaceX, approximately 42%. This means SpaceX alone makes up more of Musk's net worth than all his smaller ventures, XAI, Neuralink, the Boring Company, etc. combined. It's second only to Tesla in its contribution to his fortune. SpaceX isn't just powered by rockets, it's powered by contracts. Federal contracts to SpaceX all time, greater than $20 billion government funding to Musk-linked companies, Tesla, SpaceX, etc., greater than $38 billion over 20 years. NASA and federal funding to SpaceX in 2024 fiscal year, approximately $3.7 billion. These are not just handouts, they are return-on-vision investments, enabling SpaceX to drastically cut costs and outperform legacy aerospace giants like Boeing and Lockheed Martin. To understand why SpaceX exists, you have to understand what came before. After the US ended the Space Shuttle program in 2011, NASA astronauts had to rely on Russia to reach the International Space Station. US spaceflight had become so entangled in politics, bureaucracy, and cost-plus contracts that innovation froze. NASA's own heavy-lift rocket, the Space Launch System, or SLS, is a case study in inefficiency. SLS cost per launch, $4.2 billion. Development costs as of 2022, approximately $24 billion, including $6 billion in overruns. Delays. Over 6 years behind schedule. Compare that to SpaceX's Starship, target cost per launch, $10 million. Even at 10 times that, it would still be 42 times cheaper than SLS. Falcon 9 has already cut launch costs by 90 to 95% compared to the shuttle. Starship could bring that down by 99%, with per kilogram cost to orbit as low as $200 per kilogram. Musk's genius wasn't just building rockets. It was building an integrated, vertically controlled system that avoided the subcontractor bloat that plagued traditional aerospace. Every dollar kept in-house meant 3 to 5 times savings, according to SpaceX estimates. This is what capitalism looks like when it's done right. Musk didn't just beat the government, he beat a decades-long stagnation in innovation by aligning incentives. In the old model, NASA contracted with bloated defense contractors. Each state wanted jobs in its district. Efficiency was not the goal. Political security was. As Harvard professors Matthew Weinzierl and Brendan Rousseau explain in Space to Grow, the lack of competition and price signals made effective decision-making almost impossible. SpaceX broke that loop. With NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services, or COTS program, the government shifted from micromanaging launches to paying for results. It was capitalism with a boost, private risk, public partnership. That's how Musk closed a 10-year gap in US crewed spaceflight and did it cheaper, faster, and better. Lessons for the market economy. 1. Incentives matter. Musk wasn't working off a NASA salary. His wealth depends on SpaceX's success. That pressure drives results. 2. Vertical integration beats political compromise. Legacy aerospace was built like a congressional map, designed to spread out contracts, not streamline operations. Musk made rockets like an engineer, not a senator. 3. Competition is non-negotiable. Nothing improves quality and cuts costs like having to win. By competing with Boeing, ULA, and even NASA's own SLS, SpaceX raised the bar for the entire sector. 4. Government can be a customer, not just a manager. The right role for government isn't to dictate how companies innovate, it's to fund results, set standards, and get out of the way. Love him or hate him, Musk has done what no agency, nation, or coalition has achieved in recent decades. Restored American human spaceflight, reduced launch costs by up to 99%, reignited a dormant industry, demonstrated that space could be commercial, not just symbolic. He didn't do it by lobbying. He did it by outperforming. Without Elon Musk, the US would likely still be hitching rides to the ISS and burning billions on rockets that never launch. The space economy isn't a luxury, it's the next playing field of capitalism. Whether it's communications, defense, or future resource mining, low-cost access to space changes the rules. Musk saw that before almost anyone else. He filled a market vacuum left by decades of stagnation. He proved that private companies, when properly incentivized, can outperform state-run behemoths, even in the most complex industries on Earth and beyond. If the future is built by those who show up and ship rockets, Elon Musk isn't just rich. He's necessary, not only for America, but for the entire world. Without SpaceX, the US would still be paying Russia to launch astronauts. And without Musk's ruthless focus on efficiency, innovation, and vertical integration, America simply wouldn't be able to compete with China's rising space ambitions. China funds its space program almost entirely through state investment, with the China National Space Administration, or CNSA, operating under direct control of the Communist Party. Their system is centralized, generously subsidized, and powered by state-owned giants like Musk. With an estimated $12 to $14 billion annual budget, China has already landed a rover on the far side of the moon, built its own space station, and aims to put astronauts on the moon by 2030. But while China has scale, it lacks the engine of capitalism, competition. Without Musk, and without the model SpaceX has proven, America would be trying to beat a state-funded space empire with congressional pork and 1990s contracts. SpaceX isn't just a private company, it's America's answer to centralized space power. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit that like button. It helps more people discover the real story behind Musk, SpaceX, and the future of space. Subscribe for more deep-dive content on tech, capitalism, and global power shifts. Got thoughts on Musk versus China or where space is headed next? Drop a comment below, I read everyone. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video that cuts through the noise.